right, and we're live in both places. Hey, YouTube girl, Instagram girl, what's good?
Hi,
Okay,
friends. Hi,
Hi,
IG.
IG.
Hi,
That
YouTube.
is
Welcome,
weird.
welcome
I am not connected.
to everybody.
What is going on? Hold on, y'all. The technical difficulties. Let me tell you. Mercury is in its shadow period. She's supposed to have gone direct on the third, but baby is giving me hell today. It's like what the hell? All right, we're gonna try this again. Hello, Cola, are you
Yes,
there?
yes,
Okay, all right. Blessed assurance, it's gonna work out tonight.
yes, Ray Ray. You haven't watched anything, but stay for the tea, Gary.
Ciao. Okay,
Stay
let's get on into
for
the
the
to
tea.
the good branding over here on YouTube.
She just never changed it. It's like I saw
Oh,
Portia.
oh no, honey. That's the little branding thing that we used at the beginning of the show. On to the
Got
mess
it.
though for the pop culture of it all. As for the question that Ray Ray asked, this is Fashion Legacy and a lip liner from Morphe. I'll have to put it down in the comments because I couldn't tell
Yes.
you. But the face is Pat McGrath and a little high low, a little Ardell wispies. We got a little NARS on the cheeks. I was doing a lot
That's
today,
a
which is why I
lot
was late.
more than what I'm doing, which is just the lip bar foundation and then some gloss that I got from one of those
Yes.
boxes that I subscribe
Well,
to.
listen, you still look beautiful. That's all that matters. All right.
Thank you.
So, pop culture news. Actually, before we even get into the lawsuit thing with Mariah Carey, honorable mention. Apparently, the Michael B. Jordan and the Lori Harvey of it all have split, and so I didn't feel like putting that in this here slide. We all have been hearing about it all over social media. Well, maybe Kendra
No,
has not. Girl, yes,
no.
they have split. It has been alleged that they have
Dang.
broken up. They've removed each other from their social medias and carrying
I
on.
don't like
You know
that.
how the iOS press release goes. First, it's the removing of said relationship from existence on their social media pages, and then it'll be like oh we've split amicably or whatever foolishness. I did, however, see that they stated that they were both heartbroken over being broken up. But I'm like, okay, so if we so heartbroken, just get back together. Like, I don't understand. But then other people are alleging that this was a publicity relationship and that
I don't think it was.
and that sister Lori was out here looking messy in the streets because of the Future and the Diddy thing, and then also having alleged been tied to Diddy's son before Diddy. And then for
Yeah.
Michael B. Jordan, it's been a whole lot of questionable things that he said in the media, social media to be exact, around dating women of color, Black women to be specific. So there, people are saying, the streets is talking, and they're saying that they had this publicity stunt relationship for the sake of saving face for each other. So it was a good look for
I
each
don't
other.
think so. I don't think it was that.
So I don't
Especially
know.
Michael B. Jordan, he seemed completely smitten with her.
I mean, I don't
Completely
disagree with you.
smitten.
I don't disagree
So
with
I
you.
don't
I'm just telling you what the people said.
like that does not ring true for me. But that's unfortunate. I when it's that big of an gap, sorry, I'm inclined to believe that he was ready to move into something a little bit more serious, probably, and she was probably like, "No, I'm still having fun."
I mean, yeah, because I think they're like, what, 10 years apart? And she's 25, 26.
Like, yeah, she's like 24, 25, and he's like in his 40s
He is not in his 40s, Cantrin.
or
Girl, he
late
is younger
30s
than
or
we
40s.
are.
Is
No,
he?
Michael B. Jordan is not that old,
Okay.
boo.
I thought he was a little older. Sorry. I
So
thought he
when
was
he
older.
was on The Wire as a youth, we were in college. So I'm like,
Okay.
no.
I don't remember. I didn't watch The Wire. Michael B. Jordan has just come to my consciousness within the last however many years. So I thought he was a little bit older. But
Got
either
you. 'Cause I was
way,
like,
even if he
girl.
was in his even if he's in his 30s, like if he's in his mid 30s, like men at that age, they're ready to like have a family and stuff, and she might not be there yet.
True. Touche. On to the actual things that are on the slides here for the YouTube folks. There's a lawsuit buzzing for Mariah Carey, and I forgot his name. I'm terrible with the facts today.
It doesn't
but
matter.
Irrelevant. He's suing her
stupid.
for. Oh, go ahead, Kendra. Take it away.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. You give the background, child.
So the lawsuit is coming on the heels of him stating that he wrote pieces of the song "All I Want for Christmas." I think that's what the song is, right?
No, I thought the lawsuit was, no, the lawsuit was due to him saying that she stole the title of the song from him.
Oh, see, people, the information is all over the place. Either way, it's about this particular song.
Either way, it's stupid, and I'm over it, and it's dumb. And I'm like, what attorney filed this? Sanction them. I just what? Like, first of all, and I haven't done extensive research. This is just from what lawyer people are saying, plus what I kind of did a quick Google on. A, that titles don't count for copyright. B, in my mind, I'm like, what is the statute of limitations on this? So when I was doing my Googles, it seemed like the statute is 5 years from knowledge. And this song has been in public consciousness since the 90s.
Like over 20 years, okay?
I don't feel that there's
that baby is almost 30.
Right. I'm just feeling like the statute has probably run on this claim, and I don't even know why we're here. I'm assuming there's some legitimacy somewhere, but I haven't read the complaint, but I'm just like, this seems very statute has run-ish to me, in my opinion.
Agreed. I guess we will see what they come up with in the coming weeks. How about that? Mm-hmm. Oh, so this was on, I think, The Root, and basically, I didn't go through and read this whole article. I just was like, this is clickbait shit, but Amber Heard verdict sends a message to Black women everywhere. Basically, she's alleging that if a mistreated, wealthy, blonde-haired, blue-eyed, white actress is ridiculed by the world, what does that mean for Black women? Shit, it don't mean nothing for us, bitch. You ain't part of the group. Like, what are you talking about? The confusion.
Okay, whatever. I don't have an opinion on this. I didn't watch any of that trial. It felt I don't care. I don't care about these people. God bless.
I literally caught the snippets of the trial by way of the things that people were posting on either TikTok or on Instagram. And the main one that I saw was the one that I actually reported on a couple of weeks ago, where it looked like she was sniffing the cocaine out of a tissue.
Correct. That's literally all that I know, is that she looked like she was snorting coke on the stand.
On the stand.
Aside from that, I don't know. I don't care. We can move on. And everything does not have to have an implication on us Black women.
It doesn't. Has nothing to do with us. I don't understand. So yeah, moving right on along. The last thing, I don't know if y'all remember this show back maybe like 5 years ago, Sweetie Pies, that was on the OWN network. Kendra is sending me right now. So basically,
this story is so upsetting to me. Go ahead.
Girl, it recently came down that if you're on YouTube, you can see this photo down in the bottom right. He was the shooter of the nephew or the grandson of Sweetie Pie herself. And so basically, like, he's basically corroborating his part in all of it, and that's what's coming out. But the story, basically, to run it back for you, Tim Norman was alleged to have plotted to take out his nephew for some insurance money. I think the insurance money was like $400,000 or something like that. And so there's another woman that's pictured in the middle. I don't remember who she is because this happened so damn long ago. But it just came across my radar for the fact that now, however many years later after the passing of the grandson, the shooter is finally corroborating that he was indeed the shooter. So I'm like,
shameful. Shame.
I still don't understand like how you plot to kill your own people. Like that's beyond
And
me.
then it was like he had just started getting his life back together and was trying to be on the right path. And Miss Robbie had already lost like children. I feel like one of her sons was incarcerated long term. Tim had been incarcerated. I felt like she had lost other nephews, and then you go kill your own nephew. Like what?
Like
Is
what
that
is going on?
Grandchildren or other grandchildren or nephews or whatever. It's just like, you piece of shit.
It's really a mess. I think that he is now in prison.
He is in prison. He ought to be.
But like it's just because he's also linked to one of the shows. We might actually go right into that.
Basketball Wives.
To Jennifer Williams, and she also said that he was crazy. And I think didn't she have to do some sort of like
she did. She had to do a restraining order. She had to file a restraining order on him. We're going into Basketball Wives now. Unless you have something else.
Nope, that's it, boo. Those are the things that really came across. At the top, we talked about Michael B. and Miss Lori Harvey. What are you drinking though?
Blood Girl Magic Rosé.
I went into the Target and I saw that, but I decided to buy the Naomi Rosé instead. This is divine. Cool. Very good.
Oh,
make sure you pick this up.
For anybody watching replay on YouTube, all of the timestamps for everything is down below.
Yes.
So. Hey, Renee.
Welcome.
All right. So, Basketball Wives, child. Okay, so yes, Jennifer had filed a restraining order on Tim, and she even mentioned it. This episode was like, my last relationships have been awful. They did the meat market, so she was like, my ex-husband threw wine on me on TV. The one after that,
you didn't have travesties.
Is incarcerated, and then I don't know what else is going on. She was like, the boyfriend after that had did some stuff to her too. So I was like, okay, Jennifer don't have good luck. What it sound like?
Hold on, wait a minute. I missed a comment. Ray said that Michael B is an Aquarius man. We need the tea, sis. Give it to us. Anyway, yeah. So last week's episode, after we've connected those dots, last week's episode was interesting. I don't understand. Jackie is always going to be forever be kooky. Because, girl, why are you so convinced that British and this man need to be together? And British is saying that he was out here, spreading it low and wide. And that is why they're no longer together. And you trying to force her to take this man back who is like halfway stepping as it relates to wanting to be in this relationship with her. Like, he couldn't even say that he wanted to be there. It's weird.
Yeah, it is weird.
Why you care more than she do, Jackie?
Can you pin my comment? Yeah, it was a lot. It was much. I thought the meat market, Duffy's meat market, was super, super cute.
It was.
I loved it. I thought it was something different. I get so tired of seeing these Basketball Wives and everybody else's show just going to have dinner. I'm like, girl, can we do something else? So I thought it was super cute, the whole, concept of the meat market. Jennifer seems like she's interested in that older gentleman. He was nice looking.
Mm-hmm. He was nice looking.
Yeah.
Child, Jennifer looked like she was salivating.
Did. But that's neither here nor there. It just seemed like a good time. The girls were everybody was having a good time except for, of course, Malaysia and what is the child's name?
Brandy, girl, she wears me the fuck out. I mean, she literally just be chomping at the bit to have. And I felt this way about her previous seasons, the season that she got kicked off of, right? Mm-hmm. But like, I appreciate that in this here season, in last week's episode, Malaysia put it on the table that basically Brandy is mad because she got kicked off the show, and she is attaching that anger to Malaysia still being a part of the show and still working. Mm-hmm. And Malaysia's thing was like, baby, I can't control it. Don't nobody else want to film with you. Like that is a casualty of your own doing.
Yeah. And Malaysia's like, look, I got kids. I can't be taking one for the team.
Job.
Like, my job.
Girl, for her. Bye.
But I did appreciate that Malaysia, like, I can't remember who was saying something about her. But she was very much like, and so who said what? Well, let me go over and say something to Jennifer then, because I did not say that.
I brought him here because he is my friend. because we get along. Yes.
It's like, I
it's interesting how
no intentions. What are you talking about?
Zell has hopped from show to show to show out there on the West Coast. Is it Love and Hip Hop LA? Is that what it's called?
Oh,
I feel like it. Yeah, that's where he started.
I don't love hip hop, so I would not know.
I mean, the OG series we did. Once it got ridiculous, we was out.
I watched the season with Jim and Chrissy. That was the Love and Hip Hop that I watched. After it turned into what it turned into, I kind of was like, I'm good on this. Not for me. So, what else happened? What else happened on basketball?
Brandy was in on everybody's goddamn nerves and ready to fight, whooping and hollering and carrying on. It was also beef between Zell and Jennifer. I didn't even know that they didn't fool with each other. I'm like, what had happened? Apparently, they did a flashback and they showed that he was saying something about her breath stinking or whatever. It's just like childish, petty foolishness. Like, why are we here? This you should not have beef with him over that. Like, something so small. And considering that it's been, how long has it been since we had Basketball Wives on TV?
A solid 3 years.
I'm like, so why the hell we still mad about this? That don't make no sense. Like, let it go, child. Move right on along. We're talking about Basketball Wives if you just joined us.
We're talking trash TV. So, what else? What else?
Girl, I feel like it wasn't a whole lot. It wasn't a whole lot going on. Really Basketball Wives was not. The only thing that was giving was the meat market. And how British blew up with Homeboy, like they're back and forth. Y'all don't need to be together at all. That is just toxic.
That's bad.
Like at all.
That's bad. Oh, good for you. Good for you.
Child, we love it over
here.
That
she has watched trash TV in forever. That's excellent.
It's an escape for a little bit, you know. That's what we need it for.
It's really, it isn't even that good, to be honest.
It hasn't been. Let's keep it a stack. It hasn't been. The best trash TV that I have watched as of late was Housewives of Dubai, and we're gonna talk about that tonight.
Are we ready to move on? Because we can.
Girl, let's move right on along. Because Basketball Wives is boring as fuck.
Who have hopped from one reality show to another. The doll, Lisa Milan, jumped from College Hill on down to the Housewives of Dubai. She was on College Hill, Miami. She met her husband at Live on a Sunday in 2012. And I was like, what was I doing with my life? And why wasn't I meeting people who could marry me and put me in Dubai down to the Housewives? That's what I want to know.
I don't even think I remember College Hill.
She went by Milan at the time. That was funny. I was telling my cousins, and they were like, "Who is Lisa?" And then they were like, "Oh my God, Milan!" Like,
yo, that's wild. Wait, was she the one that didn't have no edges?
I don't know. I feel like I watched.
No, I'm thinking the Virgin Islands. I'm thinking the Virgin Islands.
I watched all of that. Now that I watched all of. I watched all of that when Aberdeen State, but I watched, I think, bits and pieces of Miami. But
child, that's crazy. I did not know that she was on another show. Look at you teaching me.
Man, listen, and that is a come up. So these,
hello, listen, I mean, ultimate come up.
Yeah. So the thing about the Housewives of Dubai is a few things. I loved it. I loved the opulence. I loved that it was another brown cast. Yes. What I did not like, and it could be because Dubai, from what the women on the show were saying, is that it's mostly expats. Like it's 90% expats and only 10% locals. So I just thought that they could have. I don't know how they would have done this, especially because like a lot of obviously like Muslim women they wouldn't want to be on TV with this nonsense and foolishness. So they do have one Muslim woman, but she's very like lightly Muslim. Like she has said that she's not.
Sarah.
Like she's not really devout like that. She doesn't cover. She doesn't do any of that. So I don't know. It seems like something is missing culturally speaking from this show, because it's honestly just like three black women from the US who married well.
3. I thought it was only 2 black women from the US. Lisa and the girl from Boston, the other Carol Brooks.
Okay.
The other one, the supermodel, she's African.
Black woman. No, I know that. I haven't gotten to her yet. She's Kenyan. I thought there was one more, but I could be wrong. I'm still learning the cast or whatever. So there was.
I just watched it, so that's one reason why I remember.
Anyways, and then there's the Kenyan model who is, I love her so much. I love
Ayan is funny as hell.
Ayan. And then there is Caroline Stansberry, who really liked from Lady of London, and now she's in Dubai with a new man, and
who's like several years her junior. I'm like, go ahead, sis, get your groove back.
Junior. And then there is, who else? There's the white woman. Where is she from?
The only white woman is Carol Stansberry. The other woman is she's Lebanese American.
Okay,
but she's from Austin, Texas. Yeah,
right.
I know you're talking about.
And then there's one who is she from
Dubai? Which one?
I can't remember anybody's name now. Of course, the Muslim one.
So I don't think she's from Dubai. I think that she also is an expat. And what I'm gathering is that a lot of people that live there, because, you know, the YouTube lands, I'll be just perusing people's vlogs. A lot of people who live there are expats. Like the community is made up of expats. Because matter of fact, Sarah is from somewhere in the Emirates. I forgot the name of the country. But I remember that part. She said she's from somewhere in the Emirates.
Okay. So that's my point. It's like, it's just not really, I don't know. It's not, I like the show. It could have been set anywhere is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
I don't think it's uniquely Dubai yet. I haven't been to Dubai, full disclosure. But I don't feel that it's uniquely anything yet. It just feels like an expat community.
Yeah,
which is, I guess, what Dubai is.
Dubai is, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're seeing opulence. We're seeing the people spending money, dropping a bag. It's cool. But yeah, it doesn't have a personality to it yet. I like the I like the women. I feel like
we finna get it with this cast of ladies.
Yeah. I guess the personality is rich. I
mean, wealth. Opulence, all the things you've already said. Wealth, rich, opulence. Literally, because like Ayan. So let's just start at Ayan. Ayan is Kenyan. She is married to, I think, a British man. They have one child, and they are living the high life. But Ayan came to Dubai as just a Kenyan expat, and then became like supermodel of the world. She looks like a supermodel, like period.
She does.
She gives me very 90s, like Iman, Naomi Campbell, like that era of like supermodel.
Iman. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I'm just like, well, Iman wasn't the same as Naomi Campbell, but either way, y'all know what I'm saying. Ayan is a riot.
She's a hot mess. She's like all the things that you love about reality TV in one human.
Child, she's ridiculous. Wrapped up in herself, ridiculous.
She has one-liners. She has this very like, well, I wasn't, when she was like, well, I wasn't at the party, so I don't want to talk about that. Like, ma'am, everybody else like, here was at the party. Why do we? Well, y'all were there. So what do you need to talk about it for? I was like, okay, got it.
I was hollering.
Got it.
I was hollering because I'm like, that you have to be a bold person to say some shit about like that. Like it just was very much I wasn't there, so why are we talking about this? As though Ayan is the most important person at this table.
Absolutely. And I already see, like, it seems like the show probably was pitched for Caroline, because Caroline was such a good time on Ladies of London. And you can already see the tension between her and Ayan is like, oh, we have a queen bee battle going on right now.
Hello, that part, because Ayan said, "Baby, I don't know what they told you, but you're not the queen."
I love it. I love it so much. Do you have any other thoughts on Housewives of Dubai before we move
on? So far, I'm loving Ayan. She's obnoxious in a funny way. I am interested to see how the other Caroline, which is the Brooks, is going to play out in this mix.
I like her. She's quick. She's a reader.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. She seems like, from how everyone talks, Brooks seems like she's on the outskirts of the group. So definitely. I wonder, like, if she's, I hope that this is not the case, but I also am like, we've watched enough reality TV to know that they will play the one, person of color as the mean girl. And I'm hoping that this is not the case.
Well, the thing is, the whole cast is colorful, so it's not really the one black girl. They have multiple black women from all different angles. And
true, then but you know how they do, like, the those that are the friendly blacks. Like, I'm getting that energy.
And no, I totally get an energy that something's happening with the group, but yeah, I'm excited to watch. It seems like a good time. They have good personalities, and they have people who have done reality TV before on this show. So even if it's been some time, like, it's a formula, and it's something that some people need time to settle into, but because they have this supermodel here, they have two people who have done reality TV before, it's like, okay, it's coming all the way together really, really fast, and I like that.
It's going to be an interesting ride, so y'all stay tuned. We'll be talking more about them this summer. Let's do the most... Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was about to say, let's do the most unimportant show on this here reality recap, which is
No, we'll do that last. Let's do Housewives of Beverly Hills, because this is also a queen bee battle in the making.
Uh-oh.
Kyle has
only watched the first 2 episodes.
Garcelle is coming for the throne, honey. That's all I'm going to say. Garcelle is coming for the throne. There was a video circulating. This wasn't on the reality show per se, but there was a video circulating about Garcelle. I think it's maybe the next episode, bringing up that her son is going to work for Lisa Vanderpump, who, like, half of the people hate. And she was just
so understand why they all hate LVP.
She was so pleased with herself that she got to go and share with the group that her son was going to be working with LVP. I'm just like, okay, Garcelle is making moves. We have talked here before about how people have to lap the party and get a read of the room. I feel like Garcelle lapped the party 2 seasons and was like, I got it. And she is just holding everybody's feet to the fire. Like, when it was beef with Sutton, she was like, okay, so now can y'all are going to say all the same stuff back to Sutton's face since she's here now? And then with the Crystal thing, there's something happening with Crystal, and I can't really remember what it was. But even with that, she was kind of like, I don't know, I'm not really buying that. So Garcelle is pulling the people together, and I am here for it. It is time for Kyle to move out of the way.
Okay. I have not seen all this, so I don't know what's tea yet. I'm gonna have to catch up. Only got 2 episodes down. I think it's a total of 4, so I'll be prepared next week. I promise you.
That's fine. So we can move on. That's all I wanted to say with regards to Beverly Hills. I'm enjoying.
I'm excited to see her take over and really be running these girls for their money.
It's a Garcelle takeover, is what it
is. Finally, because, like, girl, cuss them girls out and keep on going.
Please. And thank you.
Like,
The only thing
what?
that's slowing her ascent down a little bit is Dorit. And like the thing about it is, she went through something traumatic, and I'm not going to take that away from her. Like it was horrible what she went through, but at the same time, I'm just like, girl, this whole season, oh my god, like I feel like when something horrible is happening, you just need to take the season off. And I know that's like unpopular opinion, but I'm
That'd
here
be
for
the part.
escapism. I don't want to relive this with you week after week.
No,
I don't.
nobody does. So I am.
And also now Lisa, Brenna's mom is sick. She just had a stroke last episode, and I know, and she did pass away. So I'm just like, this is so heavy.
Brenna's mom died?
Yeah, she died a few months ago.
Oh my god!
I got that
did
off
not
of
know
Watch
that.
What Happens Live. Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Damn.
Now we get
Like,
ready to see
she's just
that.
so
That's
much
just
energy and so much life. Like, oh my god, that is depressing. I understand like the cycle of life, like people pass away, but it's just kind of like,
she was up there.
I mean, but she was just so useful. Like you wouldn't have known that she was up. I mean, we know because Brenna is old, but like, still, I don't know. That's sad. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. So, anyways, Housewives Beverly Hills is a little heavy this season, and I think that's the only thing that's slowing down Garcelle's ascent, in my opinion.
So I was watching the episode where I think it's the first one, I guess, where she got robbed or whatever. She's talking about this whole thing, and I was just like, man, is it something wrong with me? Because I don't feel like anything. Like, I just was like, damn, like I feel bad like that this happened. But I guess like I think the disconnect for me was like, is this storyline? Are you going through all the motions of this thing to have a storyline this season? Because
I don't think so. Like she's truly traumatized. You can tell, and it happened I think early on in the filming of the show.
So I was like, what is happening? Like, is this actually real or is this like, okay?
No, this is real time. And she's getting triggered like you would be getting triggered by just normal stuff. So we're watching her live through her trauma essentially on TV. Damn. And even though I don't like Dorit,
so give me some grace. I don't,
I am not a Dorit fan. I don't like her at all. I think that some of the ways that she expresses herself are strange. But in this situation, I'm giving her an incredible amount of grace because that is horrible. What she went through was horrible.
Yeah, I don't wish that on anybody.
Yeah.
Like, I sincerely don't wish that on anybody. And I hope that she is getting the help that she needs. Like the girls were trying to get her to go to therapy. I hope that she's doing everything within her power to, get herself back to some semblance of okay.
She did some exposure therapy or something on this past episode. So I think she is going through the motions. She said she had already been in therapy. So now she's doing like trauma counseling or something now, in addition to the therapy she was already doing before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so the other thing that, before we move on, the other thing that I found interesting, I didn't know, because I have been in and out of Beverly Hills and watching them consistently. I didn't realize that Dorit was Israeli. All this time, I just thought she was an American with a fake accent, fake like British accent. Yeah,
an American with a fake British accent, but
because she talked about her dad in the second episode, and that he was in the. Well, I mean, and this could be a total wrong assumption, but she said that her father was like in the Israeli armed forces. So I'm assuming that he was also Israeli, which would make her Israeli, but I could be wrong.
I'm sure that she is. She probably is. I just think.
I mean, with the name Dorit, I would think so.
Yeah, and I don't.
That makes more sense.
Sure, but she's still aggravating, and she still.
And is.
Plays her white woman card, and she's still was raised in Connecticut or wherever in the Northeast and has assumed this random accent from travel. These are all of these things can be true at once.
How you just wrap that up so succinctly. That is insane.
Would you like to go on to our last housewife show before we move on to the OWN network? Okay.
Let's do it.
I didn't get all the way through Atlanta. So what have you?
I watched the whole episode. At this point, they are calling bullshit on Drew and her lies.
Yes.
So there was a point where the ladies got together. It was supposed to be a pajama kickback that Kandi was throwing on the second floor. The girls came in denim, and some had pajamas on, and others had like Kandi had on a dress. I'm like, where the fuck everybody going? Because this is not matching. But it was at that particular juncture that Sonya decided to let homegirl know, Drew is homegirl, let her know that she had an issue with her and trying to show up as her friend authentically because of this issue that she has. And even though Drew get on my last nerve, baby, to Drew's point, girl, we have had so many opportunities for you to express whatever it is that you're feeling. So for you to do this shit now in front of the group, this is weird to me.
One-on-one conversation.
Where is this coming from?
Yeah. It's a one-on-one conversation. I did not get that far, but I knew Sonya was going. No, it's fine. I knew Sonya was gonna flip. I was like, she's gonna sense Drew's BS from a mile away, and she is not going to.
And did.
And here we are, episode 4, and she already down to Kenya, child. So
my thing too. I understand that in friend groups and dynamics, sometimes people have issues or whatever the case may be. And so you'll vent to someone else in the friend group to get advice or whatever have you, right? But I know, I'm almost certain that Sonya and Drew had a conversation to let Sonya know that Drew and Kenya have a checkered past. And that they are trying to rebuild and they're moving, lightly with each other, right? So the idea that this is the person that you're going to go and confide in, that seemed a little messy boots for me.
It's very messy.
And I like Sonya. I don't have no issues with Sonya, but I'm feeling like this might be a smidge of a character flaw. Just a little bit. Because it's if you, to the point of what Drew said, I know you haven't gotten there yet, but when they're sitting down having the Ponderosa, as we call it, shout out to Jackie Christie. When they're sitting down and they're having the Ponderosa.
Shout out to Jackie Christie. Giving honor to.
I'm saying shout out to Jackie Christie. Anyway, they're sitting down, they're having this moment, and she's just kind of yo, I am so confused. And Drew was doing all the faces, the confusion, where is this coming from? Even Kandi got in the confessionals and was saying echoing the same information that Drew was saying at the time. Because it's girl, what are we doing? Is this for a scene? Did the producers tell you that this is the time for you to have this conversation?
What's
going on with this?
Obviously, I didn't get that far, but I don't know. I just felt like maybe she thought that Kenya was going to say something because Kenya is that type of messy. So maybe she was trying to preempt.
She didn't give nobody no time.
It could have been a one-on-one, especially if that's your homegirl. She's the one who, not really brought her into the group, but she's the one that was kind of like your first friend into the group. So, that's your first friend. You don't do her dirty. You know what I'm saying? Just play step softly,
Girl, I hope that this gets fixed because mess. Kandi was there was a point where Kandi was just kind of in the confessionals, I don't know what has happened or what transpired between Sonya and Drew, but and I also don't know what the point is that Sonya was trying to make. However, she ain't good at communicating because this ain't how you tell somebody that you have an issue.
Yeah. I think Sonya just saw this as an off ramp. She figured out that Drew was the weakest link on this season, and this is her off ramp.
Damn, you did
so
that.
She's,
y'all heard it first.
taking the ramp, and now she's going to be down to the people who are the drama, the Kenya, the Marlo, the people.
Well, I mean, this season is interesting though because of there was supposed to be friendly seeds between Kenya and Marlo.
Mm-hmm.
But at every turn, they are shading each other in the confessionals.
Absolutely.
And so also in the gatherings.
Yeah, so the reunion's going to be a mess. Because I feel like that's always the crux of the reunion is like you were smiling in my face but talking shit in the confessionals.
Hello, that be the part. That be the part.
So, Marlo taking that city bike down to instead of walking, that cracked me up. Marlo is great TV. When they were going to the play.
Oh, I must have checked out.
Okay. They were going to the play. They were going to see the play, and the driver was saying, "Oh, well, there's street closures. So do you guys want to get out and walk the 7 minutes, or did y'all want to like try to figure something out?" And they were like, "Oh, we'll just walk it or whatever." And Candy and the whole crew, they go walk it, and Marlo finds a bike, like one of those city bikes, and
girl,
and drives the city bike down.
I guess Marlo said, these shoes is too high. My feet ain't finna be barking. No.
You just need somebody that's like ridiculous like that, I feel like, on these shows. And Marlo, she just, every time she's going to find something ridiculous that's probably not even ridiculous to her, but it's going to look ridiculous. And you're just like, this is fantastic. I love this lady. She
I'm gonna have to watch that. Up. I missed that.
She cracks me up.
Marlo is funny. I ain't gonna lie to you.
She's funny.
And there was some, for the social media streets of it all, there are some new photos floating around with Marlo and Nene. They have reunited. And so they're like all hugged up and having a good time and canoodling and carrying on. So hopefully the friendship is back on. Also, sidebar, this has nothing necessarily to do with Housewives of Atlanta, but Nene is Housewives adjacent at this point. Her new beau's wife or ex-wife is suing her.
I meant to get this.
I forgot about that till just now.
Culture. Yes. This is the same thing that happened to Fantasia, Remember? Fantasia was dating that married man, and the wife sued her for alienation of affection in North Carolina.
And that is where homeboy's wife and him are
that's
from.
why I brought it up. There are only a handful of states that have these type of statutes, and North Carolina is one of them. So this has already happened to Fantasia, and now it's happening to Nene.
That shit crazy.
It is.
That's all I got. Like, that shit crazy. Like, yo, I just was like, where we do that at? Why are you not suing this man? Why are we suing her?
Yeah. Also,
that's so weird.
Yeah. This is another random Real Housewives of Atlanta moment. Why were they asking so many questions about Tyrone? Tyrone is in a halfway house on a leash. So what is the question? He's not there because he is still in state's custody on some level. Mm-hmm. He had to have permission. He had to make sure that this play was going to let out at a certain time so he could be back at the halfway house. Mm-hmm. Or that whatever gathering y'all was doing, if y'all was meeting at 7 or 6 even, okay? And Philly, I don't even know how far Philly is from New York. I want to say 45 minutes to an hour, right? And Philly is 45
about an
minutes to an hour
and a half to with traffic.
Okay, correct. So he has to go from 5:30, right, to get 4:30 to get to New York to see you clowns, and then has to calculate to be there on time. And nobody ever shows up right on time, right?
And
so even if the function starts at 6, right? So 6, you say he'll be there till 7 o'clock. All of this for an hour because he got to factor in traffic and whatnot so he can get back to the halfway house and avoid going back to jail. It's too much. Why are y'all asking this lady where this man is? He is on papers. He is on an electronic leash. What is the problem?
Hello?
Why are we asking
y'all too far? If y'all had to come to Philly, it would have been one thing, but y'all was in New York. That's that's right at about 100 miles.
And then he's like, Bravo's so shady. They showing the whole map, and they're like, "Well, this is where RHOA can go. You can't go there." Like,
like, why y'all do that? Right. But to Sheree's point, so at the end of the episode, I know you haven't gotten there yet. At the end of the episode, Sheree is like, he can't make it to the event and all that kind of stuff, but she's gonna go and see him in Philadelphia and then fly from Philly back to Atlanta. So she does the long 1.5-hour ride because there's no traffic. So it's like an 1.5 hour from New York City to Philadelphia, and gets to the restaurant. She's sitting outside. She's waiting. She's calling. And then like 30 minutes, maybe an hour later, the producers walk up and they let her know that Tyrone is not coming, honey, because it is like he doesn't want to risk it, or it's something against his probation or whatever the case, something like that. And so she's like, well, what the fuck? Like, I talked to him this morning. Why wouldn't he have told me that?
Well, here's the thing. Listen, okay, I am not an expert on any of this. My expertise comes solely from Love After Lockup. So let's just keep it right there, okay?
Y'all, let us know down in the comments if we should do Love After Lockup.
That's where all my expertise comes from. But these people can give you permission in the morning and take the permission back by noon. Or you're in these fine lines, and it's like, this is, yes, an indictment of the American criminal justice system, where it's like they're waiting for you to make a misstep. So it's like, you might think it could be one way, and then when you get ready to leave, they'll be like, well, you might not want to risk it, So not taking up for Tyrone, but I feel like these are the things that you have to factor in when you are, in fact, dating a criminal, a convict.
A felon.
Can we call him an ex-con because he is still on a leash? Is that a thing? I don't know where the X plays in. I don't know when the X gets attached. Does it get attached once they've done all of their time? I don't know. Anyways,
Child, your guess is as good as mine. Okay.
So,
on to the next show.
Let's put a ring on it, and then we'll finish with Love and Marriage Huntsville.
Oh, I forgot about Love and Marriage, child. We ain't even did that yet.
Actually, you know what? Let's do Love and Marriage Huntsville right quick because it was stupid.
It's very stupid.
It felt like they were trying to give Miss Wanda a spinoff. It felt like they were trying to introduce a Candy and the Gang style spinoff for Miss Wanda, and I'm here to say I don't want it.
Don't nobody want to watch that. Because basically it's gonna be it's gonna give Flavor of Love. And I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to watch people up there looking crazy and making a fool of themselves. And even though all Black don't represent everybody that's Black, right? I just, for the folks of Middle America, I don't know that I want to have that on television portraying that as.
I honestly don't even care. It just doesn't even seem entertaining. Like I with some foolishness if it's entertaining, but it just does not even. It's not even giving entertaining to me. It's giving like a lot of nothing, a lot of rah-rah and a whole bunch of nothing. And I just.
And there you have it. That be it.
And like everybody's storyline is that they're. Well, I mean, it's regular reality TV, I guess. I don't know. I was just like, this cast of characters does not need a separate show. We're good on them. Miss
And
Wanda's enough. She's enough of a
all
representative
by herself.
of the
And then her
cast. We're good on
cousin with the blonde hair, with the what is his name?
Mm-hmm.
With the Sherman
Oh
Hemsley blonde
yes,
hair
yes. Mm-hmm.
and the blonde beard. That's that. No.
We're not interested.
No.
We're not interested.
No.
And then
Keep that.
and then Tiffany and her quest to find her biological father.
That shit was so weird and staged when they walked up on that man at the barbershop and he was like, "Oh yeah, I know her." Like, this is supposed to be reality TV. This is giving, we found someone ahead of time to talk to you and we're just gonna put him on the street and then y'all run over there to him and talk to him.
It didn't give. It wasn't, no.
And the weird thing for me though, watching that episode when she sat down with her parents, her adopted parents, I looked at the man, I was like, damn, she looked like him. You sure he ain't your
daddy? It was just, it left a lot to be desired. And I also know, like, obviously in the South, especially, you know, the lynchings they kept going. But I was like, in the 80s? Like,
mm-hmm. I mean, they were still in Birmingham, Alabama. Like, yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
I mean, I wouldn't doubt it either. I'm not saying that I completely doubt it, but it's just like the time frame seemed a little bit late. But again, I still wouldn't doubt it, and I would not doubt that they would do something to somebody with the mixed race child, especially if it's a black guy and a white woman. I would not doubt that whatsoever. But it was just like, huh.
It makes me wonder if she ever found him though, because like the way that this shit is set up, I don't imagine that she's gonna be able to with the information that she has.
No, I don't imagine so. You
don't really have much to go on. So what do you like? I understand the need to want to know who your people are, because I have had that experience in my own immediate family. But like when you don't have anything to go, like what do you do?
I feel like she'd be better to put her DNA and ancestry or something and try.
Right. That probably might be the best thing to do.
Even though I don't believe in that stuff, but you know, whatever.
Child, me neither. Because clearly they be out here selling the results years down the line.
Your bio data.
You know what? You ain't gonna have me on a conspiracy talk tonight. I'm gonna just move right on along.
No, that's not a conspiracy. That is a fact.
I mean, no, that is real. But I was saying this. I'm telling you, I was saying this shit at least 10 plus years ago when all the tests first were coming out, and I was like, this is a good idea. And then everybody was like, oh my God, you're so dramatic.
No, I definitely thought the same thing, and because my lawyer mind is like, so we're just giving away our DNA now, like. So the police are going to use that database at some point. And I'm not saying that I'm trying to do nothing, but even with this is a random.
I don't want y'all trying to make no clone, half breed, whatever the case of
the cloning wasn't a problem for me. The cloning I did not care about. The thing that I care about, even with my iPhone, I don't believe in like the touch stuff. I'm like, no, I'll be using a password. Thank you so much. I know that that's easier, but that is not my ministry. I'm not going to be doing that because there's a difference between using the face recognition. I don't do none of that. Because
you know what? I should have listened to that years ago when I first got the phone, and that's what they were doing was the face recognition. Your girl, but at this point, they already got me. Like anything you looking at on social media, they got you. Like it's fine.
But no, I think about it like
you already know what the fuck I look like. It's right here. Hello.
But I also think about it as like, okay, so if you get arrested or something, like they can order you to put your thumb or to stand still so that your face can open your phone. Versus they can't force you to put in a password. They don't know it. They can't force you to put it in.
Child,
that's a knowable fact.
Go erase that facial recognition off the phone.
That's a knowable fact versus something that's physiological. So that's always been my thing, and I feel the same way about Ancestry. And they have proven that the cops do go in there and find DNA to a close cousin or somebody else and they run it down. No. If one of my family members is in there, fine. That's on them. But I will not be lending my biometric data. As far as I am concerned, I am somewhere descended from West Africa, and that is all that I need to know from the slave trade.
Hello. That be it. I ain't gonna never find out because we're not finna do nothing of them tests. Much as I want to do, like, this is an aside. We totally going off topic, but I do want to do one of those the blood type tests to figure out what you should be eating for your blood type.
Yes.
But like that's not necessary. You gotta that's a send off, like the ancestry shit. You can't just go order that type of lab from the whatchamacallits. What's it? The LabCorp people.
Well, I won't know that either.
Right.
I don't know that either. Oh well.
Woo, that is out the window.
Right. Let's do let's go put a ring on it and we can be done with this.
Charlena is a psycho and so is Otis.
That's it. That's the whole story right there.
Because, like, why in the fuck? You already saying that you are telling him and Dr. Nicole that you don't feel like you're being heard, that he does not listen to you. And then Dr. Nicole is confirming all these things and also is saying that shit to him. And it is literally like in one ear and out the other. Like, we gonna ride this thing out together. Well, fine. Y'all just go on ahead and have this toxic ass relationship and burn the whole goddamn house down with y'all in it. Because that's what the fuck it's looking like.
And she was like, she said something about all relationships like have problems. And I tweeted,
they don't.
Like hell, the devil is a liar. Everybody's relationships don't have them kind of issues. God bless.
And don't. I'm like, yeah, y'all might have arguments. Everybody argues. Everybody has disagreements. Everybody has hard days. But like that shit
from different backgrounds trying to get on the same page and move forward. So you're gonna have some issues, but not like that. Not like that,
girl. Not like that.
No, God,
not at all.
I hope this isn't a spoiler alert. Did you see the preview for the reunion?
I did.
Yeah, so
and
not only
Ken is cussing Shorty out.
Yeah.
And Charlena and Otis allegedly separate. No, that's Shay and Rick Ross and Jason separated for a bit. Charlena finds out that the girl that he was DMing, the two of them was still having conversations.
And she's pregnant.
Wait, who's pregnant? Charlena?
Charlena.
Girl, I know you lying.
It showed it on a reunion, on the preview. And there's this picture circulating on the internet. I thought you were the one that sent me that picture. But no, yeah, she's pregnant.
Possibly. I don't know. You know, I forget. So
it's not
that's crazy.
God bless.
That's crazy. Baby. You tied yourself to some bullshit. To
forever.
A very possessive, gaslighting, disrespectful ass individual. I was gonna say something else, but y'all know where I was going.
Mm-hmm. I will say, just moving on and wrapping this up, Rick Ross adjacent, his proposal was very nice. It was grand, very flashy. Very flashy. Very much him. Oh, wait a minute. Let's go back. Was Otis in Fonzo's closet with that shirt for the proposal? Do you remember the shirt?
Girl.
I was like, now what in the hell?
That shirt was giving the Migos. Okay, he was amigo.
I was just like, wow, it's giving. Like, you were down to Otis's closet. I mean, you were down to Fonzo's closet.
And what? Because I was like, where you get that shirt from, bro? You ain't never dressed like that a day ever.
He don't even give that. He don't even have energy for that. It was feeling like he went shopping with Fonzo. But no, Fonzo's proposal was really nice. It was exactly what Shay would have wanted. And so I was happy for them. We'll see if that breakup, I know they teased the breakup, but I'm like, I don't know if she's still talking about the past breakup.
So no, I think that they separated in between filming and the reunion because some more things was found out.
Okay, fair enough. So that's
Because I
it.
feel like the
Oh.
teaser, I think she did say something like that it was like some infidelity. Like he told her more things. And then after that, she was like, okay, I'm out.
Got it. So I
So
guess
we'll
we'll
get
see
the
the
whole story
outcome
Friday.
of their relationship on Friday. So that's it.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully
We
you
covered a
all will be
lot.
watching. We're going to go ahead and wrap this up. What were you curious about this week, darling?
Oh, shit. You go first. I don't have nothing. Let me think.
Honestly, what I was curious about was our last conversation in not the last conversation, the last one that was posted for Life Design. We talk prototyping, and that was put up on Saturday because your girl forgot to do it for Friday. But we talked prototyping, and we had like this whole conversation around myself being stuck on the wording of it all. And so for me, the curiosity comes in as wondering how our audience will receive this conversation and if it's like beneficial to you guys. Like, what do you think about the prototyping? Make sure you go watch it and then you let us know down in the comments. And then are you more concrete in prototyping like Kandrin, where you're like literally figuring out different avenues to take to change your life, or do you manifest more so like I do? So what about you?
Okay. Yeah, I'm not curious about a whole lot. It's like the same thing over and over again. Here's the thing about me right now. I'm single-minded about changing my life and changing how I feel about myself and about how I'm living my life.
Mm-hmm.
That is my only focus. It is my only thought. Every moment of every day is devoted to it. So I don't have any other stray curiosities. I'm working on that theme.
All right. Well, if you stuck with us this long and you're down to the end, we appreciate you watching. Make sure you are following us on all of our social medias, as well as check out blackandcurious.com because there are going to be some dope things coming up there in the coming weeks. And we will see you next Monday. Bye.
Lee.